this one right here I've literally never seen before as an ender. We appear to have ourselves a 1962 proof nickel. Let's see what we end up getting here. Oh my gosh. Definitely answered my prayers on finding something good. I can't believe that though. Hello everybody and welcome back to Coin Quest Nickels. That of course being the series where I go through $100 boxes of nickels like this, go through the rolls in each box looking for interesting and valuable coins that I can use to fill in my collection albums. Now this particular $100 box of nickels already has a lot going for it. If we open it on up here and take a look at my notes, we have a ton of cool enders to look at already. Starting off with this one right here, which I've literally never seen before as an ender, we appear to have ourselves a 1962 proof nickel. Now we won't know for sure until we get it out of the roll, but this appears to me to be a proof nickel with that mirror-like finish behind Jefferson's head there. What's extra cool about this coin, if it does end up being a proof, it'll actually be one of the last coins minted as a proof in the Philadelphia Mint rather than the San Francisco Mint. That's right, a lot of people don't know this, but they actually made proofs in the Philadelphia Mint all the way up until 1968. Then they switched over to San Francisco, which is what we have today. So fingers crossed this ends up being a proof, but even if it's not, that is not the only ender that we have. We also have this one, a confirmed 1958 Jefferson nickel right on the end of the roll. Now what's cool about 1958 in particular is it may actually end up on our low mintage Jefferson nickel list. If it ends up being from the Philadelphia Mint once again, then we're gonna have a low mintage Jefferson nickel. Of course, if it ends up being from the Denver Mint, that's a pretty common coin, although we will be pulling it out either way. In addition to that, we have two reverse enders right here. This one looks really old. It is not showing a mint mark, so we can't tell exactly how old it is until we open it up. This one, on the other hand, does have a small Denver mint mark there on the right-hand side of the Monticello, making it at least as old as 1964, so we should have something a little old there, hopefully back into the 40s or 50s. Here's another older looking Jefferson nickel, although I'm not super confident on that one. This could be another find though. And then finally we have this one, a novelty for sure when it comes to nickel enders. What the heck is that? That is by far one of the biggest piles of filth that I've ever seen on the edge of a nickel. And it even has some height to it. Are you seeing this? Yeah, just let this be your weekly reminder on why we use a glove on the hand we predominantly use to handle these coins. So if we can use that as any indication, I'd say this is gonna be a pretty dang good box of nickels. Hopefully we can get some coins into our collection today. As always, throughout our hunt today, we'll be using the Quin Coins nickel roll hunting placemat. This placemat features all the different coins you can find in your nickel rolls across the front side, and then flipping it out over the back, we have a score system which we use to rank our boxes, as well as 3 separate lists which help us identify if we found a low mintage, rare, or even rare buffalo nickel. These things are super useful for beginner and intermediate coin roll hunters, and they're also useful for any coin roll hunter to help pick up the coins and dump them into your dump box once you're done. Of course, if you're interested in picking up one of these or any of the other placemats I have, you can head on over to my website at quinscoins.com, and I'll put a link down in the description below. With all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the hunt. We will of course be kicking this one off with that 1962 ender, which appears to be a proof, and I got it on a part of the placemat which we don't usually put it on. The proof nickel down here along with the blank planchet. I don't think I've ever found one of those in the nickels, only in the pennies. So maybe this will bring us some luck. We'll get one of those today too. But certainly I think we do have a proof here. Even though we see a San Francisco Mint on these newer ones, this would be one of the ones that comes from Philadelphia. So let's see if we got one, guys. We're gonna go ahead and open it up here just like this. We'll try to get it right off the top there if we can and see what we end up getting here. All right, here we go, guys. We got into the roll and you can already see the shine on it. I hope somebody didn't just polish this and that's how it ended up like that. I really hope this is a genuine proof. Let's go ahead and do a close up here now that we got it out of the roll. An awesome ender for sure. You can see that nice mirror-like finish. That's why I believe this is actually a proof and not just a polished coin. We'll flip it over to the reverse here and see if we have, I guess we'd be looking for no mint mark there on the right-hand side. So here we go, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so yes, definitely no mint mark on the right-hand side. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna be a proof though, because they did make 1962 Philadelphias for regular circulation as well. But based off of the fact that we have that mirror-like finish like that on both sides of the coin, and just kind of seeing how this one is from the edge and feeling it all around, I think I'm about 95% sure that this is indeed going to be a genuine 1962 proof nickel, something I have never seen before as an ender. I think I've only found one other 1960s proof coin in the past, but let me know, guys, down below what you think. Is this a proof? I certainly think so. It also looks really, really good, like it has hardly been in circulation at all. So that is absolutely amazing to find that on the end nonetheless. Of course, we have a whole bunch of other coins here to take a look at as well. So let's go ahead and get into the rest of this roll. and see if we're gonna find anything else interesting. All right, we got them all laid out here. I'm already seeing, look at right here, we get a 1941 coming out. So more finds right off the bat. Now 41, not really a super rare date or anything, even if you do get a nice like S mint mark on it. We'll put that one to the side. I do see another mint mark showing up here though as a reverse. Now this coin is not in super good shape. I think that's a Denver mint mark, so at least as old as 64. Let's just give it a quick flip and see what we got here. Oh, nice, 1955 on that one. So we already have 3 confirmed finds in this roll. The 62 proof, of course, the 55 Denver, not looking the best. We also have this 1941, which is very, very worn down. We'll flip it over to see what we got for a mint mark. And it looks like we do not have a mint mark on that one. So again, pretty common 1941 right there, just out of the Philadelphia Mint as well. And let's see if there's gonna be any more finds, guys. This one is already off to an amazing start. This one looks a little bit older right here, but it's gonna just be a 1983. Of course, we'll wanna keep an eye out for 2009s as well. That's one of those more modern years that is also a little bit lower mintage. They're pretty tough to come out of these rolls, so I always got to keep an eye out for them. I'll let you guys know, guys. I'll go through the rest of this roll and we'll see if we find anything else. If not, we'll just get on to the next ender. All right, looks like that's going to do it for roll number 1. Just want to give you one more look at that 1962 proof, as I'm going to call it for now. I mean, just look at the mirror-like finish on both of those sides. Absolutely stunning. And with that, we're going to jump into roll number 2 with that 1958 ender. We're looking for the 1958 Philly once again. And just as a reminder, if we do get it, that puts it into the low mintage, below 25 million minted. And that would be just a great start to this box that has already had a good start. So let's see if we can get it here, guys. We'll do a zoom here on the coin. We can definitely see 1958. I will say when I first saw this, I was hoping for 1938. That would have been a first year Jefferson nickel there. And sometimes those 3s and 5s can look pretty similar. I really thought we had one there for a second, but 58, that's about the next best thing that you can get in that scenario. So we'll go ahead and peel this one off of the edge here. If we can just wrap a little bit more of that paper back. And let's see. Oh, wait a minute. What is underneath? No, that's just an 86. I thought we might have had another old one there. But here we go, guys. Our coin has been pulled from the roll. Let's flip it over, see if we get that Philadelphia Mint for a low mintage coin. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, unfortunately not. We got the Denver on that one. So pretty common coin right there, 58D. We'll put that to the side. And then let's take a look at the rest of this roll, guys. See if there's going to be anything else in here. Of course, always on the lookout for war nickels as well. Those 42 up through 45, those have really been giving me trouble with the collection. So I'm always on the lookout for those. Not only do they have some value for their silver content, but they also have some numismatic value. Some of them are rarer than others. All right, guys, now just looking at the rest of this roll as I see it right now, I'm not seeing anything too crazy. Definitely a lot of older stuff that I see so far. So this may be the first roll that doesn't have 2 or more finds in it, but even if that is the case, guys, we got plenty more enders to go. 4 of them, I believe, and then we have almost an entire box of coins to look through as well. I'm so excited, guys. I love hunting nickels. It's been a little bit since I've been able to hunt really anything. I always love coming back to nickels, though. They're absolutely one of my favorite, probably my favorite denomination to hunt. All right, we didn't get anything else on that second roll, guys. Let's go ahead and grab our next ender and see what we can do. All right, ender number 3. This is going to be our Denver reverse, so at least as old as 1964 there. If you guys have been watching the channel for a long time, you know that in most cases when you get that, it ends up being in the 60s, which isn't exactly what you want. So it's right over here. I do see some color here, though, I want to check on first, and that is not very old at all, so we'll put that one back. Let's take a look at our reverse D ender here and see if it's going to be anything good. I keep anything older than 1960. Let's see if we can get one here. 3, 2, and 1. No, 1962 it is, with a lot of damage on it. Still cool looking coin. I do like this design quite a bit when it comes to American coinage. Let's go ahead and dump out the rest of the roll and just spread them out real fast, see if we're gonna see anything that catches our attention. There's a 1960 right there, just about made it into the range we keep, but not quite. All right, let's see if there's gonna be anything else here. A whole bunch of early 60s coins that I see. Nothing really poking out though, so I'll take a look at the rest of this roll and I'll let you know if there's anything there. So roll number 3 didn't have anything. Here's 4 and 5. We got those 2 reverse enders looking a little bit older. I think this one probably has the best chance, so we'll go ahead and open this one first. So over here on this left side, we'll grab that one off after we take a look at some of the edges of these coins, see if we can pull anything out from there. It doesn't look like it. And here is our coin. Look at that. There we go. We do have a nice ender there. 1947 is the date. I pulled it out because I didn't really have a whole lot of confidence in it, even though it looks better than the other one. But that is a nice coin to see. 1947 coming out. If only we had a San Francisco mint on that reverse side. I believe that would have put it into the low mintage range, just like that 58 we were looking for earlier. But anyways, guys, we got one find on roll number 4. Let's see if we can bump that up to 2. All right, we got a Denver reverse here, just about, I'd say, 2/3 of the way through the roll. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that one. We'll just give it a quick flip here. All right, there we go. So we do have another find there, 1957 Denver. And again, pretty common coin there, but we'll take it. Keep moving. All right, so 2 finds there on roll number 4. We got another sort of older looking coin there. Let's see if we can go 2 for 2 on the reverse Jeffersons. Oh, that's interesting. That kind of looks like it might be something. Let's just grab it here real quick. And no, just probably some chemical damage on that one or something. But here is our reverse, and yeah, I'm looking at that. This may not even be in the 60s. It looked older at first, but now that I got it out of the roll, I'm not so sure. We'll just give it a quick flip and see. Yeah, 1984, wow. We were way off on that one, but that's all right, guys. We got plenty more to look at here. See if we can have roll number 5 redeem itself. Well, no redemption to be found in roll number 5, which brings us to roll number 6. I knew we had to do it at some point. And here it is. So again, massive pile of filth. Definitely makes this one interesting. I thought there was going to be an older coin on the end for some reason, but that is not the case. It's just a newer Jefferson nickel with the modified obverse there. Let's just go ahead and get this one over with, guys. I'm hoping this at least will bring us some sort of redeeming qualities in this roll, but we'll just grab it. Oh my gosh, it is like that on both sides. Can you imagine if this ended up being a rare coin? I don't even know if it would be worth finding out. That is so disgusting. I almost don't even want to try to put this back into a coin counting machine. I think it would probably just reject. This may end up being one that we throw away for the first time ever. But I'll just put it to the side for now, somewhere where I won't be running into it throughout the rest of this hunt. Let's see if there's going to be anything else in this roll, though. Oh, wait, okay. We're definitely seeing something that looks older right there. We'll do a quick zoom here so you guys can see. That's got to be older, right? I mean, it doesn't have a mint mark, but it certainly has that look to it. So we'll put that one to the side and see if we're going to get anything else on this roll. If not, we'll just do a quick flip on that one and move on to the rest of these rolls. The other 44 rolls that did not have any enders on them, and we'll see what those have in store for us. But yeah, it's looking like that's going to be... Oh wait, we got a reverse Denver right here, so there's a chance. Let's just give it a quick flip. Now that's going to be a 64. All right, guys, let's take a look at that older coin. As we can see here, pretty beat up, pretty old looking. All right, guys, here we go. There's the older coin that we saw come out. At least I hope it's going to be an older one. Let's give it a quick flip here and see. I'm hoping 40s on this one. 3, 2, 1. Oh, even better, guys. 1939. That is our first 30 coin of the day, or I should say first coin from the 30s. Like I said, they started making Jefferson nickels in 1938, so this is a second year Jefferson nickel right here. Not particularly rare unless you're able to find the all so awesome and very elusive double die 1939 Philadelphia. I'll go ahead and put a picture up of what that would look like. And I can tell you right off the bat, guys, we don't even need a microscope for this one because it is so apparent. This one does not have it, but it is something to be on the lookout for on those 1939 Ps. So an awesome find right there, guys. Definitely gives me some hope going into this one. And I guess we got graced by that filthy coin in the beginning. So I got to be happy about that. Going into roll number 7 and the rest of this box. Let's see what else we can find. All right, jumping into roll number 7 here. Seeing some color there. That's just a 2019 though. What about this one? It's a little yellow. Oh, that's a 2006. So not very old at all. Let's see if there's anything here. All right, guys, we just got into roll number 8. Roll number 7 didn't have anything, but definitely some interesting edges here. So that's not going to be older, but what about that one? No, it's 64. Very close. We got some interesting color over here as well. Nothing looked too war nickel-y. We're looking for like a dull, dark gray for those war nickels, but didn't see anything like that here. Oh, we have a 66 here, which is in pretty good shape. Now, I don't think this one is a proof, and I think this is probably a good demonstration here because these are both coins from the 60s, both in the era where they would be making proofs in Philadelphia. But you see the difference there on that 62, that mirror-like finish versus this one, which just doesn't have that. And then we'll flip over to the reverse as well. This 66 is in really good shape though. We may need to hold on to this one just for that fact, but I'll kind of tilt them in the same way and you can kind of see the difference there. So yeah, that is an interesting little comparison that we can do there. Like I said, I'm gonna hold on to the 66, even though I'm looking at it now and I'm not seeing any steps on that Monticello. So not in the best of shape, but definitely better than the majority of those 60s coins that you see come out of the rolls. So we'll put that one to the side, see what else we got in this roll, and then keep going. Oh, all right, so we got a 41 right off the bat. That's our second 41 of the box. Like I said, not an extremely rare coin, even though it is quite older than the ones you typically see in circulation, but we'll take it, even though there's no mint mark. 41 is definitely something that we keep. All right, guys, just opened up roll number 9, and I'm already seeing something that looks quite a bit older than the rest. So just doing a quick scan, make sure we're not missing anything by the edges here. Yeah, I think this is probably going to be the best coin in the roll. Let's give it a look. So again, no mint mark. I would love to see a San Francisco mint mark. That typically means you have a rarer coin. No mint mark, you're not gonna have much of a shot at a rare coin, but definitely looks older, so we'll give it a flip here. 3, 2, 1. All right, so third 1941 right there. Not even 10 rolls in, guys. So we're averaging a 1941 every 3 rolls right now. That is absolutely crazy. I don't think there's a whole lot else in this roll, guys. So we'll go ahead and get through this one, and then we'll jump right into roll number 10. All right, as suspected, nothing else in roll number 9. We are officially on roll number 10. This marks 20% of the way through the box. There's just so much more to go. Still trying to pull out enders, or not enders, edges rather, but it's pretty difficult with nickels, so it doesn't come out the way that you like it to most of the time. Just checking here, not really seeing anything. So I think it looks like roll number 10 may end up being somewhat uneventful. If that's the case, we'll just jump right into the rest of this box. All right, guys, that is 10 rolls down. Let's go ahead and start to pick up the pace here as we get into the rest of this box. I am seeing something that looks somewhat older there, maybe not. Just check real quick. Jumping into roll number 12. It's way over here on the left side. I'm seeing something interesting. Just spreading out. Okay, maybe something there too. Yeah, we'll go with that for now. Okay, so we got 2 coins of interest here coming out right on roll number 12. Both of them coming out reverse side up. And again, no mint marks. So I don't know what's going on with that, but this could be an older one. Let's see. Yeah, definitely 1940. So close to 1941. Also pretty common, just like a 41. How about this one right here? All right, 59, so at least it's something we'll keep. I almost thought we had a 39 there. Once again, I get those mixed up from time to time, but hey, 2 finds on 1 roll, that ain't too bad. Another older looking one right there. We'll just give it a quick flip and, ooh, all right. Maybe I shouldn't have been so hasty on that one. This is actually going to be a pretty good date. 1952 it is. Now, again, this has been sort of what I would consider the curse of this box so far. Very few mint marks, and I would love to see a San Francisco on that. I think that would put it into either low mintage, maybe even key date, under 10 million minted. Though I think that would probably be a low mintage 52S. 52, not super common, but also not super difficult to find either. So a nice date right there. You want a mint mark on that ideally. We'll add it to the pile though and see what else we can find. All right, guys, we're kind of slowing down a little bit. Just went 3 rolls without having really any finds. So getting into this one here, I thought we might have had a war nickel there, but no, just a newer, looked like a 2000 coin. So let's see, that one looks a little older. Nah, 71. Is this one gonna give us anything? It doesn't look like it, guys. So we're going into a little bit of a dry spell here. Let's see if we can pick it up here in the next few rolls. All right, roll number 17, the very next roll. Seen something a little bit older here I got a hold of on the left side. Let's see if we can get our luck going again. Oh yeah, so we got a Denver reverse here. So again, at least as old as 64. Let's hope it can get back into the 50s for us here. 3, 2, 1. No, 1963, unfortunately. So the dry streak continues. All right, guys, we have now gone 5 rolls without so much as even a measly 1959. Seen some interesting color here in this next roll though, so no, 1983. We got sort of like a red color over here. That's just gonna be a 2001. Come on, we gotta turn our luck around here. I don't know what was going on, guys. The beginning of this box was absolutely incredible. Now we are on a major dry streak, so I guess that's the thing about coin roll hunting. You never know what you're gonna get, and sometimes it can be super streaky like this. But we'll keep pushing here And hopefully we come out with something awesome. All right, maybe something here. Oh my gosh. Well, that definitely answered my prayers on finding something good. I can't believe that though. How would you ever guess that this right here, which looks like maybe a 60s or even a 70s coin, would end up being that? That's crazy. 1938 first year Jefferson nickel right there. It would have been a lot better. I shouldn't even say this, but it would have been a lot better if it was a Denver or a San Francisco mint mark on that. It would have been a key date. And as a matter of fact, let me just check real quick. Yeah, we're all set on the 38s actually. We still need one of the 1939s. But that is an amazing find right there. Love finding 38s. Very, very difficult to come by them in the wild like this. So extremely happy with that one, guys. I wish I would have made that one a little more dramatic. Just kind of gave it a flip because I didn't have a lot of faith. Maybe it's because we just came off of a 5 or 6 roll dry streak, but I will take that right there. That is amazing, guys. I believe if we flip this over to the backside, even a 38 Philly is a low mintage coin. So that is right there, I think, going to be the rarest coin that we found so far, unless you count the proofs. I mean, those are kind of on a different scale. And then I think, yeah, this looks like it's going to be older too. Let's actually bring this one up here. Again, Philly right there. We'll flip it over for a date. No, 64 on that one. So that's crazy. If you look at that and then you look at that, which one are you going to think is going to be the older coin, right? All right, if you look at these two coins, which one do you think is going to be older, right? I would always pick the left one. It's just, it looks like it's been in circulation a lot longer. It's beat up, but then you flip it over and this is what you get, 1938 on the right. That's crazy. All right, that roll was quite the emotional roller coaster. Let's get on to the next one, guys. We are actually coming up on the halfway point. I think we got 3 or 4 more rolls until we hit halfway on this box, which has been very interesting, very fun so far. Oh wait, I think we got a Canadian over here. Have to see what else we have in this roll, but this definitely stuck out to me, guys. We do collect the Canadian nickels. Don't see as many of them down here in North Carolina as I used to up in Michigan. And this is a somewhat older design, maybe 70s, 80s. Let's go ahead and flip it. They flip a little differently there, so 1985. Pretty common actually right there, I believe, on that 1985. So probably not going to be making it in the collection, but definitely cool to see. I do kind of miss seeing those Canadian coins, especially in the nickels. A little more difficult than it is in the pennies. All right, guys, this roll marks the halfway point. I'm bringing it down to the war nickels because I'm really hoping we can get one of those knock-on plastic. Let's see if we can do it, guys. Even if we could just get one in this box, I would be very happy. How about this one? Oh, I thought we might have a war nickel there. You would know right away, though. You'd see that mint mark up above the Monticello. But this one does still look older, so I think we have a shot at something old here. No, actually, now that I bring it up under the camera, I don't think so anymore. Oh, 83, the exact opposite of the 38. That's crazy. All right, let's see if we can at least get something out of this halfway roll. Looks like we will have no such luck. So let's go ahead and start breaking into the second half of this box, see if it could possibly treat us any better than the first. The first one has been amazing so far, although it has been streaky. Like I mentioned, we went 5 rolls or more without getting anything, which wasn't great. But then when we did finally get something, ended up being a 1938, so really can't complain about that. All right, guys, I think we are now into probably our 3rd roll without getting anything if this one doesn't pan out. So if I don't find anything soon, I will just go ahead and keep moving through this and let you know when I find something good. All right, a lot of color in this one, but I don't think any of it's war nickel color, but I guess we'll see. There's an older looking one right there. Oh, it may have a mint mark too. Let's just move these out of the way and pull this one up right away. So we'll get a zoom here, see if we actually do have a mint mark on it. Yeah, we do. We have a Denver mint mark. I was hoping for a San Francisco, but that's all right. Go ahead and give this a flip here, hopefully in the 50s at least. 3, 2, 1. All right, 1958D. You know, it's not much, but it's a sign, and I'll take it. So we'll put it to the side here and keep moving. Oh, okay. Second coin into this roll. Looks like it might be something. And I'm going to bring this one up because last time I missed out on an opportunity to get a close-up. I feel like this has just as much of a chance at that being a 1938 as the other one that we pulled out and we're very surprised by. So let's see if we can get something really cool here, guys. 3, 2, 1. Oh, come on. 1962, are you kidding me? Well, what the heck? You win some, you lose some. Let's see if we can find at least something in this roll. All right, another sort of older looking one there. 64, so nothing there. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, 54. I'll take that. So let's just put that one there for now. Let's spread out the rest here, see if anything else is going to stick out. And maybe this one. Let me just flip that one real quick. No, that's an 80. So again, didn't have super high confidence, but we do have a confirmed 1954 here. We do have a chance at a San Francisco mint mark as well here, although I don't believe that would even put it into low mintage. But still, I like seeing those San Frans. We don't really see a whole lot of them over here. So let's see if we can get one, guys. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, there we go, guys. Our first San Francisco mint mark. Like I said, not a low mintage coin necessarily, but you know, still in pretty good shape for a 1954 coin right there. And always love to see the San Francisco mint marks come out, like I said. So, all right, I will take that one for sure, guys. We're pretty deep into this box at this point. I believe we have 20 more rolls to go. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, that's interesting. Very different color on that 6th coin in right there. Could this be a war nickel? No, it could not. Fortunately, it looks like it's just going to be another newer one. Unfortunately, on another one of those dry streaks here. But hopefully we can get it to end soon. All right, we got a Denver reverse coming right out of the roll. Put that one to the side. This one looks maybe older. Flip it. No, 70. All right, let's see any of these ones over here on the right side. Oh, there's a 59 right off the bat. So seen some life here in this roll. We got a Denver reverse. We'll pull that 59. How about this one? Another older looking coin, ends up just being a 61 though. So yeah, definitely, like I said, seeing some life here. Now let's take a look at that Denver reverse right there to see if that's going to end up going into the range that we keep. We already got a keeper though, 59, even though it's, you know, the youngest one that we would potentially keep out of any of these rolls. We'll just give this a quick flip here. Yeah, 64. I figured that one didn't show a whole lot of promise, but let's see what this 59 is going to be. So 59 Denver in pretty rough shape. Pretty common coin, but it keeps us going, guys. Let's see what else we can get. Okay, 3rd coin in here appears to be older. Put that one up there to come back to that in just a minute. And I think that's the only one. Oh, interesting. Very interesting color over here on the right side. 5th coin in. Still not sure. I was hoping for buffalo or something, but that's interesting. So maybe a metal detecting find, something that was in the ground. Give it a flip. Okay, 68, so not going to be a keeper, but still a very interesting coin right there for sure. All right, let's see if the rest of the roll is going to bring us anything here. All right, we got a Denver reverse. Just give it, yeah, 64, I figured. Okay, no, that's a 64. I thought we had something very old over there. Very worn down, at least. What about this one, though? This one's got the look to it for sure. Let's pull it up, see if we're going to get anything here. Yeah, that could go either way. Let's just give it a quick flip. Yeah, 64 is the way that one's going. All right. All right, some interesting color here on, I think this is roll number 40. We're already up to 40 now. The second half definitely less eventful than the first so far, but you just never know what's going to come out. I didn't see anything too crazy on that color. I tried a couple of them, didn't see anything too good. And yeah, I think that's probably going to be about it for that roll, guys. So after this one, we got 10 more rolls to go. Hopefully we pull something crazy like a buffalo nickel. Okay, so we definitely have older looking coin right here. We got a Denver reverse for sure. I'm going to call it right now. This is not a 1960s coin. This is going to be in the 50s. Let's see if we can get it. Actually, I think the 39D is the one we really need, but that probably is just wishful thinking. Oh well, let's see if we can get it, guys. 3, 2, 1. All right, 1946. So at least it wasn't a 1960s coin. Again, we flipped it around there. It's from 64 to 46. So 46 Denver, again, not a super rare coin there, but it is nice to see something a little bit older here. Been on, once again, a bit of a dry streak. So nice to start off the last 10 rolls with a find. All right, guys, we are down to our last 5 rolls here. Put them out on the table. I don't think we found anything in that previous set of 5, so things are really slowing down here at the end. Maybe they're saving it all for the grand finale. Who knows? But all we can do is keep going, get through these last 5 rolls, and see if we're going to find anything crazy. Okay, wait. Yeah, okay, 53 right there. So that's a good sign already. Sometimes I feel like the camera brings me luck. I was originally looking at this one, 81, but no dice there. 53S, would that be a low mintage? I feel like it might. We already have one low mintage on the day, the 1938. So let's see if we can get another one here. 3, 2, No, we got the 53 Denver, so close, but no cigar. We'll add it to the pile, though. I don't believe we have a 53 on the day. So we pretty much have every date from the 50s. It's looking like coming up on something else here as well. What's this going to be? Just give it a flip. That's a 64, but looks like it's been in the washing machine or something. All right, guys, let's see what we can get on the rest of this roll. Then we got 4 more to go. Wow, very interesting color on this one. So we'll start with this right here. What's that going to be? Kind of looks older. No, 79. Okay. What about this one? 82 on that one. So we have struck out on all of those colorful edges so far on this box today. Oh, wait. We got a 59 right there. I do see that. So a little something, but I'm not really seeing much else. So let's just pull that out real quick. This actually looks older than 1959. Like, this one has definitely had a rough life. You also see I got some dirt going on that thumb right there. Maybe I should wear gloves on both hands. No, I wouldn't be able to grip the coins as well then. All right, 59, give it a flip, and it's going to be a Denver. So very ground down 1959. I guess, you know, it's mostly dirt there that's making up that dark edge, but it does kind of play into what some people would call patina, and it kind of makes the coin look pretty cool, in my opinion. So I do like that one. Hopefully that's a sign, and it's not going to be our last find, as we only have 2 more rolls to go after we get through this one. Still hoping for something like a buffalo nickel, or at the very least, a silver nickel would be awesome. But until then, guys, I'm just going to keep moving here and see if we can get anything else. Okay, all right. Second to last roll, I'm already seeing something great. So it's right over here. You can probably see the date already. Let me just work my way towards that. All right, it seems that this box may have saved the best for last. This is what we're looking at right here, guys. You can already see 1939 is the date. And let me just show you something real quick. All right, this is actually pretty wild. Jefferson nickels from 38 to 2005. It actually goes up all the way to the present date. But we take a look up here, right? We're only missing a few war nickels. Everything else is filled in except for a few war nickels and this coin right here, 1939 Denver. That is the last non-silver coin that we need in this collection. Are we about to get it? Is the question. Now, it's not easy, guys. As you've seen, the 39 Philly is way, way easier to come by. 39 D and S, very difficult. Even if we get an S, I would be very happy with that. But a D would seal the deal, guys. It would make it so that all we need left are those silver war nickels. So, are we going to get it here? Let's find out. 3, 2, 1. Oh, no, unfortunately not. That is just going to be another 1939 Philly. Of course, like I mentioned earlier, we want to look out for that double die on the reverse in Monticello and 5 cents. I'll put up the picture again just in case you forgot, but we definitely don't have it on this one, so we'll go ahead and put that into our pile, guys. That's actually our third 30s Jefferson nickel on this box, so that's pretty cool. We got a 38 and 2 39s. I guess we got a chance at another one as well, so we do have 1 more roll to go. But that is going to be the end of the second to last roll, so let's just clear out some of these nickels, guys, and move right on to our very last roll of today's box. An absolute roller coaster for sure. Overall, really, really good stuff, though. All right, what is this going to be? I'm seeing like almost like a rainbow, some nice toning on this one for sure. It's a 1999, so interesting, but not really something that I typically like to keep unless it's a little bit older. All right, guys, very last roll. I don't think we're gonna be able to beat a 39 like we just saw there, but let's go ahead and try anyway. All right, guys, coming down to the end of that last roll. Nothing of note, but we have so much that we were able to find. Let's go ahead and tally up the points on the box and show you some of the best finds. All right, guys, welcome to the wrap up. We have a lot to go over. We will start up here with the Jefferson nickels from the 50s. We got a whole bunch of them spanning a bunch of different dates, right? So 52, 3, 4, 5, 57, 58, and 59. So that's going to be 10 total at 2 points apiece. That's 20 points on the 50s alone. Coming down to the 40s, similar situation over here. We got a 1940, a few 41s, 46 and 47, of course skipping those war nickel years. We didn't get any of those, unfortunately. So we did get 6 of those at 4 apiece. That's going to be 24 points. Now, coming down to the 1930s, the only ones that make it into this range without actually going into one of these other categories, like the low mintage or key date, would be those 1939 Phillies. We got 2 of those at 5 points apiece. That's another 10 points. All right, now coming down to our low mintage category here, we did get a single 1938 filly, a very interesting and unexpected, I have to say, find. I really didn't think we were gonna get that when we flipped that one over, but it did end up being a 38. I love finding those. That's another 10 points right there. Now, we did get 2 more coins, guys. I'll start down here with our foreign coin. We're calling this a foreign coin because we just don't find very many Canadian coins down here in North Carolina. As you see, only one of them came out, so we'll count that for 2 points right there under the foreign category. And then absolutely the best find of the hunt came out right at the beginning there, actually. It ended up being an ender, a 1962 proof. And I actually looked through to see all of the proofs that I have been able to find over the past, I think we're on box 27 now, and we do actually have a couple from the 60s. Of course, none of them ever coming out as an ender. So we got a 63 proof right there, actually another 63 proof there from March of 2022. Then we were also able to get a few others, an 84S proof right there, a 96S, and it looks like 1980S, and this was from the very first season of our Coin Quest Nickels. So that is going to be our 6th proof out of all of these series, and just a lot of fun there, guys. I really enjoyed finding that, especially on the end. Now, if we total all the points together on this, guys, it's going to come out to 76 points. I screwed up on the math there. For some reason, I thought 6 times 4 was 10. Forgive me for that. We did get 76 points on this box though. That feels low, doesn't it? I mean, we got a ton of awesome stuff in this box. Usually we say 100 points is a good box, but this definitely felt like a good box, so I might have to rethink how we score these things. But anyways, guys, this was an awesome hunt. Of course, we didn't get anything into the collection, but I guess that's to be expected as we go through these boxes. It's going to get harder and harder to actually get coins into that collection. As you can see, we're only missing about, looks like 5 more Jefferson nickels into that collection. Of course, our Buffalo nickel and Canadian nickel collections are much more difficult. We'll always be working on this one probably for the rest of our lives, but I actually feel like we do have a shot at getting this one finished up. We just need to keep rolling and start finding some silver nickels. Real quick, guys, before I end the video, just want to remind you, if you're interested in picking up one of these nickel placemats to aid you in your own nickel roll hunting, you can head on over to quinscoins.com. I'll put a link down in the description below. I also have penny, silver stacking, and dollar coin placemats up there for you as well. But anyways, that's going to pretty much do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go down below and leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, because I post new videos like this as often as I possibly can. And as always, I'm Quinn, and this is Quin's Coins signing out, and I will see you in the next one.